Getting better and getting pucks deep,
putting the puck deep.
Put pucks in deep.
He's tripping pucks. He's getting pucks deep.
Getting a lot of pucks deep. Getting pucks deep.
Just put the puck deep.
Getting pucks out. Getting pucks deep.
Get pucks deep. Wear them down.
Get pucks in.
pucks in.
Pucks in deep.
Puck deep. Pucks deep. Keep getting pucks deep and deep.
Hello and everybody, welcome to the Pucks in Deep podcast. I'm your host, Ali. I'm here with Canucks fan and Hoglander dick rider, Parker. I'm also here with the big Flames fan here.
Connor Zary dick rider.
Oh, Connor, definitely a Connor Zary dick rider right here. Evan, and also the Junior C legend, racking up more than 60 penalty minutes in an entire season. I'm introducing you to Kylan, man. So guys, I think we are all here with really happy times. Flames got a huge W, but I think we're going to start off with the first big Canadian game of the day. What do you guys think about the Leafs-Habs game? Actually, let me rephrase that. What do you think about Samuel Montembeault's Vezina? Because that was a Vezina
47 save
trophy.
shutout?
Yeah, big time.
Did anyone
big
actually
time.
watch that game? I only saw it because at the bar when I was, when
I watched that
on for the last
entire
10
thing.
minutes.
I did not watch a single second of that
I
hockey
think-
game.
I watched
To be honest,
part of it.
To be honest, though, in the time that I did watch it, Montembeault stood on his head. Like Montreal gave him no help.
Okay, let me tell you
Montreal's
this.
defense was almost like fucking Casper.
Let me
Like
tell
he
you
was
this.
not there.
Montreal has had the greatest goaltenders in the entire NHL, and we just found the next one.
Okay,
Montembeault
forgot
is going to be a
buddy.
top
Okay,
5
buddy.
goaltender in this league.
You're
I don't care
forgetting
what
Dustin
anyone
Wolf.
says. Wolfie, I think Wolfie might be up there in like 5
Okay,
years,
buddy.
but not
okay,
right
buddy.
now.
I wouldn't go as far as to say Montembeault's going to be the best
Hey,
goaltender in the league.
hear me out. He's French too. That's like the
That's the
perfect
worst
French
part.
goaltender. Dude, Quebec has produced the greatest goaltenders. You are delusional
Name
here.
one.
Luongo,
Name one.
Brodeur, Plant. Those are 3 and arguably the 3 best of all time.
They're all
No,
old,
Hasek
though.
is the best.
Roy is up there too. Yeah, you can. Patrick Roy is
Bro.
arguably the greatest goaltender of all time. You can tell me that.
Dominic Hasek.
No. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's-
I'm going Roy,
it's-
Brodeur, Price. That's
it's-
my top 3.
Price is a bit of a
Hop off the Montreal hog, bro.
Hey,
what
dude.
the fuck?
Frenchie hog, dude.
I'm just
Dude,
saying, Montembeaul's the
You're
next
glazing,
one.
you're
He's gonna be
glazing
the
these
next
guys
one.
more than Parker glazes Hoglander.
Hey, you
Dude,
wait
it's
till I
bad.
start talking about William Nylander. Do you know what
Oh
I
my
mean?
gosh, this dude has a sexual attraction.
Calgary legend.
Hey, we're
born
not
and raised.
we're not going to be talking about how
No,
much
no,
I
no,
love
dude,
William Nylander right now.
I wouldn't put.
Are you a Leaf fan or a Hab fan? I can't tell.
I'm a pro Canadian fan. I don't care.
Dude, I wouldn't.
Pro-Canadian.
I wouldn't put.
liberal.
I wouldn't put Pretz there. I put I put Hasek as 1, then Waugh, then Brodeur. But again, all 3 of those can be interchangeable.
I don't know if I put Hasek there. I don't know.
You are fucking delusional.
I don't know.
Holy
I don't
shit!
know.
You can tell you played Div 12 goalie. Like
Oh,
holy.
come on.
Fuck.
Hey, I was the greatest
I
Div
put
12
Ali
goaltender
Murgy
of all
number
time,
1
bro.
overall.
Yeah,
I put
exactly,
Ali
bro.
Murgy- I
Come
put
on.
Evan Chibunga's chant at number 1 overall.
Bro, the amount of
He
times I had
didn't,
to carry
fuck
your
with me.
ass, come on.
Carry my ass.
Yeah, dude, you gave me like 5 penalty minutes per game I had to kill off.
I gave
Come
you
on.
2 in one game.
No, freaking way.
I gave you 2 in a
Hey,
game.
we got
and
to
your
stat
ass
check
got
this
carried
shit.
by
We
one
got to
line.
stat check this shit.
You got carried by a
I was
singular
the
line.
only reason why we were in the finals, man. End that line.
Do
End
you
that
not
line.
understand that the reason why I got like 4 of those penalties at least per game was because your stupid ass decided to fucking punch a guy in the face?
You started. You were the one that punched him in the face. No. Okay. You know
You
what?
guys were 7 when this occurred.
Okay, we're gonna move on here. What do you guys think about the
He's
Jets
already
Oilers?
sweating.
He's already
out of breath.
Oh,
stripping.
jeez, buddy.
He's
He's got
already
that Gamecocks.
stripping. Holy
Dude, I can't wait until you get that cream Cox jersey.
Oh, it's so nice.
Gotta get that.
I'm
That's
actually gonna buy one. They're so
beautiful.
nice.
Holy
the
shit.
fucking cream cocks.
All right, what do you guys think about the Jets Oilers? Big 6-0 win over the Oilers.
Lock in!
Right now. It did not work.
No,
I
no,
think
it didn't.
Draisaitl toe picking in on that 3-on-1 might have been the greatest moment of the whole season. Or
Oh,
will be
man.
the greatest moment of the whole season.
That was awesome. I mean, do we talk about how good the Jets are or how bad the Oilers
How
are?
bad the
How bad the
Oilers
Oilers? Can we talk about
It
how
was more
bad,
fun
how
that
bad
way.
It is, you
Stuart
have to admit.
Skinner is? I think that's the main.
No,
That was
well,
crazy.
You know, I'm a proud Stuart Skinner hater, but I'm gonna die on the hill that only that first goal was his fault. I don't know if you saw that second goal that
I
they
didn't see that
scored,
goal.
but
I didn't see
literally not a single Oiler player was moving. I kid you not. You can look at the highlight;
Dude,
they're all standing.
The Oilers
there.
are so funny because last year, if you look at last year, they started bottom of the barrel. They were the worst team in the league, and then they said for some reason they pulled it up. So
Let's run it back.
All I'm saying is, scrap your coach, sub him out mid-season, and just run it back.
Yeah, let's fire the guy that got him to the Stanley Cup final.
Bring Woodcroft back.
Woodcroft.
Come on, man.
No, the
I heard Daryl Sutter's still looking for opportunity.
Oh, that would be
like
insane.
I won't lie.
Turn McDavid into someone like Lucic.
It'd be awesome. I would love to see that game replayed like in a in a month's time, just see where the teams go. But
Right, this is October hockey. This is the best time of the
Yeah.
year.
Oh, 100%.
Right, everyone
Sloppiest-
talks about playoff hockey. Right up there is October hockey, where you look at the Flames' first period, and that was probably the whole game right there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
oh no, it was so funny because like I was actually thinking about this the other day, and while I like the fact that the Oilers are doing bad, it's more annoying when you have a Jets fan that you're friends with and hearing him glaze over Kyle Connor. It's
I mean, he's
Yeah.
okay.
Kyle. He's okay. He's all right.
He's very good.
I know. He's
Kyle Connor's
insane.
an absolute beast. I don't care what anyone
Dude,
says.
his speed is insane. It's wild.
Honestly, he might be a top 10 player in the league.
That's a bit of a hot take. I wouldn't put him that far.
I'd put him top 10. I think he's so underrated.
I got a point to bring up. I know it's not on the schedule, but how much do you think a starting goaltender should be paid in the NHL?
We're going straight to this
We doing
convo.
this again?
We
doing
have this
this
in
again?
in the
Okay,
notes
well, I
there.
want to know what you guys say.
We're
Okay.
doing this now. Okay, so I'm assuming you're referring to the Chesty contract that he
I was referring to the Swayman contract.
Oh, the Swayman contract.
Well, we can also talk about the
Well, the
Chesty contract.
Chesty's new. That's new. That wasn't here.
He turned down 8/11, dude. He turned down 8/11 with the Rangers.
Who?
I-
No, he
Chesty.
turned down 11 mil by 8 years.
Yeah, 8 by 11.
8 years.
No.
by
Oh,
11.
sorry, my bad.
Yeah, good.
I usually do not. I usually do money first. 'cause-
Okay.
Okay.
He turned down 11 mil by 8 years for the Rangers.
That's crazy to me.
It's one of two things. Either he thinks he should be paid more than that, in which case he's off his fucking rocker.
I think it's because he wanted a no move clause. I
Could-
don't think there was a
it could-
clause
it
that
could
he
have been
liked
that,
involved in
or
it.
it could also just be the fact that he's just done with the Rangers.
So I also heard someone say, I don't remember who said this, but he was looking for like 5 years. He wasn't looking for 8 years.
Like a
apparently.
short one. How old
Which
is he?
He's 29, I think, right
He's
now,
29.
which doesn't make sense to me because like you can make.
No.
Because if you bridge him 5 years, that's when he gets testy on if you want
But
to re-sign a goalie.
again,
right?
goaltenders are weird, right? Imagine one knee injury, he's done. I'd rather have that security.
Yeah,
Demko moment.
look at Thatcher Demko.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Okay, you know what? Let's get Parker has been very quiet here, and he had a very
Parker,
hot
do you
take
think
about
that
this.
6 mil for a starting goaltender is too high as an average?
No, I don't think that's too
Parker
high.
Parker's a very, very strong
think
That's
opinion.
what I thought.
But I think the highest you should ever go is 8 mil for a star
I was thinking
goalie.
in between 8 and 9.
That is no.
8 mil for a star
No.
goalie.
You think Bobrovsky's
just
worth
my
10 and a half,
No,
or is
okay.
it just this past
No,
year?
No,
Bob,
just hear me
Bob
out.
shouldn't be paid 10 and a half is a bit much still, but
No.
He only got paid that much because he was coming off 2 Vezinas.
But I'm saying a goaltender like Shesterkin, who you can say is the best goaltender in the world, and if you
As-
imagine taking him out of that
As
Rangers
Dustin
team,
Wolf.
right? I think he's worth 11 million. I'll say that. I don't know if I push 12.
I wouldn't say 11.
Yeah, but do you want to pay him $2 million less than McDavid when McDavid puts up 150 points?
I would honestly say I don't want to say Shesty's more.
Like, I know you
valuable
can't
than
compare
McDavid.
a player to a goalie because they don't do the same thing.
'Kay, you
But
know what?
Do you
Here's-
but in an offensive-driven world where you need a guy that can put up 150 points or even 130 points consistently, they shouldn't even be paid in the same category. in
Here's my
opinion.
conversation. Here's my conversation here is you look at the Leafs, right? You talk about Austin Matthews putting up 69 goals, right? 13 million. Mitch Marner,
funny
11
number.
million, right? And then you look at Carey Price, who got paid 10 and a half, and yes, that was an overpayment at the time. But since
only played
2017,
4 years
since
of
those
that contract.
contracts came in, who has won more playoff series?
Who's won more cups?
Who? Well, neither of them have.
So
won
it doesn't
cups,
matter.
But who has gone deeper in the playoffs? Right? I would rather pay a goaltender 11 million if I know he's the best.
it's because Toronto's fucking cursed, dude.
You're
They're
going
not
off.
allowed to go past.
You're
the
going off the
second round.
logic that Carey Price, who carried them through one playoff drive down to the Western Conference Final and then lost, is better paying at that higher level than Matthews and their players who have taken them consistently for 3 years to the playoffs. Now, true, only the second round, but have consistently taken them to the playoffs and consistently won them in regular season. Like, I'm sorry, the year you're talking about that Montreal actually went to the playoffs was COVID. It doesn't even count. Like, you can't put it on the same fucking category.
Okay,
Made it to
okay,
the fucking
fine.
bubble
Hey,
playoffs.
let's look at
Bubble.
Bobrovsky. Okay,
No, you can't put it on the same level.
let's-
No, I know,
let's
but you can't put it on
look-
the same level is what I'm saying. You can't put it on the same level.
They had to go through one more playoff series.
yeah.
Yeah, one more playoff series, but they didn't have to go through a full 82 games.
Oh, you
beforehand,
want to
I'm
know
saying.
why it doesn't count?
Yeah,
Guess
but
who
that
they
means
beat
it's
in the
harder.
conference finals, huh? Is that why it
that
doesn't
means
count?
it's harder to get in.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
Yeah, I'm
I
sure.
couldn't get too
For-
far.
Oh, they
at
beat
the-
my baby Vegas. There
For
doesn't
who
count.
at the time
couldn't
was
get
a
too far
middle of the
from Vegas.
road team, Montreal benefited from only playing 56 games that year.
100%,
Oh, yeah.
but I'm not talking about the game. Like, what I'm saying is that over the time period, it's still a better contract to take the Matthews contract than to pay Price the 10.5 because of the playoff chances that Toronto's
Yeah,
had.
but when Price
Montreal's only
signed
had
that,
one.
but when Price signed that, Matthews was still a fetus.
No, 100%. But he was comparing them. I'm taking his comparison. With Montreal, you're comparing the same contract. They only went to the Cup Finals once. They only had really one playoff run. They didn't do another playoff run since then. They haven't been in the playoffs again since then. Toronto has been in the playoffs
And
year
Price
after
hasn't
year.
played since then.
Okay, yes, but who's won more playoff series?
Okay,
I'd rather
here. Sorry, your playoff
It's
series,
one
your
time,
playoff
buddy.
series point does make sense.
Thank you.
No, I'm not saying that a goalie shouldn't be paid 11 mil. I'm just saying that if you're comparing it to someone else who's making 11 mil, look at Panarin. Panarin's making 11 mil. Do you think that Shesterkin should be paid the same or more than him?
No.
I think
No.
Shesterkin's more valuable than Panarin. I'll say it.
No.
This dude
I think
glazes
To an
Shesterkin-
goals.
extent, to an extent, because Panarin's like 31.
Okay, no, but no offense
But-
to Panarin, but like if you take Shesterkin off of that team and you take Panarin off of that team, who's more valuable? I'm sorry, if you take Shesterkin off of that team,
But then here's the
they're
problem.
who?
Do you-
They're the Oilers.
Here's the problem though. For someone, so most teams that need a goalie, like look at Toronto, who are right up on the bubble of cap. They need a goalie. Can they sign a guy for 11 mil?
No,
One goalie. Can they trade for that kind of cap? I mean,
But-
next year they free up a lot of cap, but
I'd rather have one goalie and two of those guys in Toronto
okay. So
than.
I mean, it
four
all
of
makes
them.
sense, and obviously this is hindsight. But when Price signed that contract, how many years did he actually play of it? Like he's still on payroll for 2 more years, and if you get a sudden knee injury, where
'Kay.
or even
then
any
you're
injury
paying
or
a
any
goalie
reason
10
why
million.
you can't play.
Goalies are also so
Like, look at historically who's been paid that high. Look at Rick DiPietro. There's people we have a Rick DiPietro today for his time and
goalies
money.
are
Single
not
greatest
versatile. What's the word I'm looking for? It's sort of the
Okay.
volatile. Goalies are so volatile though at the same time because. Like Evan said, one bad knee injury, or you pull a Jordan Binnington, you have a 1-year contract, you fucking play out of your mind, and then
Then you
next
get
thing you
some
know,
roid rage
his
issues.
game, you never reach the same amount. Goalies are so volatile because all of a sudden, like this, their game can go to shit.
Okay, but here's my thing: is those 8-year deals you only save them for like the top 3, top 5 goaltenders? I'm talking like the Hellebucks,
makes
the
sense. That makes
Shesterkins,
sense.
right?
No, and
I'm not
But,
giving Joey Decor
No,
an 8-year deal. You know what I mean?
And I get that, but at the same time, if I was doing a GM, I feel there's such a higher risk when signing a goaltender to a long-term contract than a player. Because even if a player's game declines, they have the experience in the league to be able to keep going and be on the ice and out there with it all. And when they get that experience, they get the respect in the league to talk to the refs. Goalies can't talk to the refs, and goalies' game can go to shit in 2 seconds. And goalies' hips are so much more viable. Look at Dan Vladar. Now he was never really good, but with his
We're
hip
putting
surgery,
Dan Vladar in a conversation of $11
Okay,
million
but
a year.
I'm-
not like that. Not like that.
to battle your argument here, it's if I'm paying a goaltender 11 million, I'm a Stanley Cup contender. I don't care about
Fair
5
enough.
years in the future about who's hurt or not. Like if you're the Rangers right now, I'm paying Shesterkin 11 million. 5 years in the future, I don't care for
So
the last team in the league.
do you mean to tell me that you think Shesterkin should be paid more than Jonathan Huberdeau?
Yes, yes, I will 100% say that.
No, he
I-
does.
no
I
question. Yeah.
But then there's the other problem is like, you know, look at Markstrom, who was not like that contract overall was, I mean, it was a fine contract, 6 mil, 6 years, like that's normal. And he played great for 6 mil. Like he was a true number 1 starting goaltender. But now you look at like Shesterkin
Markstrom. Never mind. Sorry, my brain didn't work.
now you look at Shesterkin compared to Jeremy Swayman. I would say both are top 5, maybe even top 3 goalies in the league, right? But if one's being paid 11 mil and one's being paid 8.2, both could be considered Stanley Cup contenders. Like who's worth more at that point? Because with $3 million in cap and a goalie who's just as good, you could sign another defenseman.
Okay, here's my argument though: is Swayman has been good for only like 2 years. Shesterkin has been good for you could say the
Swayman's
last
only been in
4
the league for
years.
2 years though.
Exactly, which
I'd
is
say
fair.
Swayman
But
could
like
be worth
again,
more.
goaltender wise, I feel like he could have probably pushed a 9. I don't know if I'd pay him more
Out
than
of
9
Shesty
though.
and Swayman, the only reason why I'd take Swayman is because of his contract. His contract is so
Okay.
much less, so because of his contract, I
And
can
he's
then go out
younger.
and he's
Yeah,
young and he's
exactly.
younger.
He's so much younger.
When a goaltender is young and they're already performing that high at the NHL level, it is so much more worth it for me if I was a GM to take that goaltender than to take an aging goaltender like Shesty, who's in his prime, but is still getting up there in the years. When I can take this young goaltender who wants less money
He's
and still have
29.
more.
Problem isn't years. Problem is his dollars.
I know, but when I can still take him, have the extra remaining cap space, and then sign someone like a Chris Tanev, for example.
Okay, I understand that because I'm a fully believer in depth. But like when you have a goaltender like Shesterkin, you have to pay him 11 million.
Give him the blank check.
I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, but if
I would-
is it
I would
11 mil?
drop-
Let
I
him
would
walk.
drop-
What do you do?
What I do is I'd see first. I'd see if he can. I'd see if. What did you just show him? I gotta see this.
Carter Hart. We're not bringing it up.
No, we're not. Okay, moving on.
But as I was saying, it's one of those things where instead of giving him 11 mil, what I'd probably do is I'd probably ask him, look, would you be willing to take 9 mil and do
No.
like, just give me a fucking second to talk here, you autistic prick. I'd talk to him, he's like, hey, would you take like 9 or 10 mil and then do a full no move clause and then like a modified no trade clause for a certain number of teams? Like give him the world, like give him like a 90% no trade clause or something like that, or like a 75% no trade clause.
Yeah,
Modified
if
no
you're
trade
willing
clause.
to do that, but honestly,
Well, this
but
depends on what the stipulation of the contract was.
But
If he's
that's
pissed
meaning.
off with no clause, then yeah, you probably give him a clause. But Because it's clearly not money.
But that's what I mean. Like if the money's not obviously the option, if money's not obviously what's going on with Swayman, with Shesterkin, he obviously it's not money he's worried about. So instead of money, I'm then gonna say, okay, well, what clauses do you want? Do you want guaranteed certain number of starts? Do you want to have a full no move clause? Which for Shesterkin, I'd give him a full no move clause. You're not going in the AHL. You're staying in the NHL. I'm not going to give you a move clause. Like we're not going to waive you down anytime soon. Because worst case scenario, you sit on the bench. And then give him like a no trade clause. Give him like a 75% no trade clause. Give us a list of 20 teams or 24 teams that we can't trade you to. Give him that power. Because if you give him that power, he then feels like he's warranted. Like people forget how much clauses can affect the NHL, affect players. Like because if I'm an NHL player and I'm sitting here and they're talking to me about, hey, where do you want to go? And I say, oh, I don't have a clause. Well, then the team can trade me anywhere. If I'm a star player, I want that protection, that guarantee of, oh, okay, if they do want to trade me, they have to talk to me first.
That is fair, but that's the only reason why you take a pay cut. I'm just saying Shesterkin's an $11 million player.
$11 million? No, I'd max him out at 10.5 max.
Ooh, I wouldn't say that. I don't know. Okay,
If we're that close, just fucking put him over the edge so he stays. He's in a position.
I like edging
He
him.
is holding all the cards. He's at the point where they could just hand him a blank check.
No, and I know that, but still.
All right, guys, I think we need to move on to another heated debate.
Right, because Kylan's wrong.
Parker, how does
You
it
can
feel to
shut
blow
your
a
stupid ass
4-1 lead as the Flames beat the Canucks 6-5 in overtime?
I wouldn't call it heated. Actually, me and Evan had probably our most calm conversation.
It was such a good game.
Shocker.
It was such a good game.
It was a good game to watch. Even for me,
it was a very interesting game.
It was a little upsetting. They're gonna need a fucking.
Oh, he's
talking
mauling,
to.
but it was still a good conversation.
Yeah, they're gonna need a talking to. What they did was horrible. It was fully Vancouver's fault, and Calgary just took advantage of it.
Yeah. Can we talk about, Flames Stanley Cup coming up? Connor Zary, Hart Trophy season. Here we go, boys. Dan Vladar for the Vezina. Here we go, boys.
5 goals.
Don't even start that shit.
Vladar looked good in the.
I mean,
by the second period, Vladar looked more comfortable. That first period, he was very, very
true.
shaky.
First period of the season, though.
He
But
was usually
also,
That
it is
first period,
tough when you've
they
got
were like
no one else helping you.
God. Okay,
Yeah, the
that
whole
first
team
period,
looked
they were
shaky
all
though.
like Pee Wee 12 Kylands, man. They were just going out for
Shut
blood.
your fucking
it was,
stupid ass up.
crazy.
That
no,
fourth
bro, I don't
goal
care.
where I think it was on the power play, and
Yeah.
they came down, they literally just set it up, and they threw the puck in the slot, and the guy just gets his one stick on it through our own defenseman. I think it was Tyson Barrie. He came back, made some great defensive plays. Even in that overtime period, he made one good play. But you got to stop that guy in front to help your goalie
that's
out,
fair.
who obviously is not playing
Who obviously is having a rough start type thing.
lights out. But you don't expect him to, right?
Yeah, that is fair.
But the other thing as well with Vladar
Because
is,
we're just suscepting Vladar to our shit water season.
well, the other thing you have to think about with Vladar as well, and I don't know how much this affects everything, but it was something like I saw with Markstrom. So when Markstrom, there was an interview with Markstrom when he was in Calgary, when he got older, and when his hips started to give him issues because he has sore hips or something like that. When his hips started to give him issues, he had to change his whole play style. Because if you look at Markstrom's early career when he was with Vancouver and all that, he was very much a reactionary goaltender. He reacted to the play, and when he reacted to the play, he made the save from that, and he was very, very good at that. But as he got older and as his hips started to decay, he couldn't play that reactionary role anymore. So he had to change his whole game style. I'm wondering if with Vladar's new hip surgery, if he has to change anything in his game style and change the way he plays and all to modify for his hips, which had just had surgery on to try and preserve them as much as possible. Because if you look at the way Vladar used to play, it was very much he was very, very rough on his hips. He was always moving with his hips. He was always getting in these split positions and leaning very much in the post on his hips. Now, I'm not a goaltender. I don't know all the terms, but if you watch him, he's very, very reliant on his hips. Now, because he has the decay now and just had the surgery, it's a matter of how much of his game does he have to change to keep that going.
We spent way too much time on Dan Vladar, man. That is way too much time on Dan Vladar. But I understand what you're saying. Hip surgery is a huge problem for goaltenders, but let's be honest, Vladar is the bridge goalie.
Oh no,
he's not the guy.
I was talking about for the first period to
That's what I said.
to
He's
justify
in
the
there.
first to justify that first
But,
period.
okay,
How much
He's
did
in
it
there to
change?
fight the storm that is the Calgary Flames 2024
The dumpster
25
fire.
roster.
That first period was probably some of the worst hockey I've ever seen from the Flames.
It was the
classify it
worst
as
hockey I've
What
ever
was
Can you
seen.
that?
classify it as hockey at that point?
You guys
too?
were just taking dumb penalties, and the Canucks were taking power play goals. It was the dumbest thing
Yeah,
ever.
Mo Mantha made up
Just
for it
went
though,
on.
but
That Mantha goal was nice.
It was, but come on, you're down 4-1 in the first period because you're just making
think-
dumb mistakes.
I think
but at some point, like that was all before the Miller answered the bell, right? So when
That is
Mantha
fair.
goes and grabs him, like he even said in post game interview, he said he was thinking that Miller would have reacted more. Which, I mean, if you're gonna take a penalty on a guy that just, I mean, in an unfortunate situation, just hurt one of your players, clearly the all-star on the team, and he gets hurt, and now like he may do a little bit more than just grab his jersey, you know,
Yeah.
slash
that's
him back
fair.
of the knee or sucker punch him.
Let's talk about that actually. Let's
Yeah, the Rooney
let's
hit.
talk about the Rooney hit. Now, I didn't like when I first saw the hit. Like when I first watched it back, I thought to myself, okay, that's a shitty play. Why the hell did you hit him? And then the more I watched it back, the more I looked at it and realized that Rooney turned into
He got
Miller.
Cronwalled.
Yeah, Rooney turned into Miller. Now I'm not saying that. I don't think
It wasn't that he turned into
I
him. It
don't-
was that he was reaching for the puck.
Yeah,
Like, he was leaning
I
forward
don't,
for
I don't
it,
think,
and Miller
I don't
was
think
looking
it was
for body
Miller's
the whole
fault.
time.
I think that Rooney put himself in a really dangerous situation.
It was unfortunate.
And I think that Miller just stood him up. But I also, I just sit there and can think that it was partially, and this is just my personal opinion, even if you're in the NHL and you're a seasoned guy like Miller,
Yeah.
no matter what, you
Or
know,
Rooney.
or Rooney. I'm not talking about Rooney right now. For Rooney, he's a seasoned guy. He should know he shouldn't put himself in that position. Like that's very simple. That's like that's hockey 101. Don't put yourself in that position because you'll hurt yourself. You get your belt rung. So I'm not even upset about that. I think that it's a little far off the boards. I think that there was an argument someone could have made for a boarding call, but I wouldn't have. I wouldn't. I'm saying there's an argument.
can't
I
even
don't.
see a
I don't
boarding.
agree with it, but I'm saying there's an argument just because of the space from the boards. But what I do think Miller, and what actually somewhat pissed me off about Miller, is yes, you're a star player, but you're also enough have been in this league long enough to know that okay, you just injured a guy, answer the fucking bell.
And he did.
He
He
did, but
did.
later on.
Yeah, but
I'm
you
saying
should-
that
yeah,
It
but
wasn't-
you
it
can't
wasn't the
expect him to do it right
time.
away.
It wasn't the right time to answer the bell. if
It was
I'm being
fine.
honest.
personally,
Doesn't matter as long as he answers it.
personally
He
for
did
me,
answer.
I think the sooner the better. Get it over with. Just get
Although
it done.
it is usual of the opioid-infested fans to be chanting his name as their players down.
I was gonna say that was like
Yeah, that was
insane.
fucking wild.
That's the average
Yeah.
Vancouver,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I hate
It
Canucks fans so much.
I just
Yeah,
hate
you
people
They're
in
the
Vancouver.
worst.
Go fuck yourself, Parker.
Actually, anybody once you cross the
catching
BC line, they
straight.
just
Oh yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm just saying. I think this is a good
catching
time to tell you we're
strays.
kicking off Parker.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get your key card at the door. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Bye, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Honestly,
it's an unfortunate situation that I don't think anyone is at fault for. I think Rooney put himself in a bad situation. I think just the way it happened was just really unfortunate.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
just really, really sucky.
I'm
and
just
they
happy
call up
he
they
didn't
called
have
up
to get-
Justin Kirkland, Stockton Heat legend. I mean, he's been with the Wranglers too, but
Yeah.
calling it, but he's gonna score in the home opener.
I'm just saying they called up Justin Kirkland and left Peltier down there.
well, yeah, but you can't bring up Peltier. He's not even a winger, or he's not
No,
even
I
a
know,
center.
it's a joke.
He hasn't proven himself.
I want to talk about one more thing about that game actually. I want to talk about the first look at Arthur Shelovs in like an actual like starting role in an actual like pressure situation. You know, he's in a home crowd. He's starting off the season. I don't think he looked awful. I don't think he's
Again, it's hard to blame the goalie when
No,
the whole team
yeah.
collapses.
100%. I'm not blaming Shelovs. I'm just talking about his
Yeah,
performance in general.
I
I
know.
think that he would have benefited greatly from a year under Demko.
Yes, of course.
And I think he will.
But-
I think right now Shelovs is in a very similar situation to what Wolf is. He'll play in a similar, not
Yeah,
the
yeah,
exact
I
same,
know,
but
I know, I
similar.
know.
He'll play phenomenally in that back and roll to used to it. I think if you put Shelovs in the AHL, he'll fucking dominate.
Oh yeah.
I think he's too good for the AHL
But-
now,
but-
though. Like
but-
he's
but
proven
that's-
himself.
that's the way Wolf-
You need that
that's-
kind of guy
that's
on
the
the
way, that's the
bench.
way Wolf was. But I'm saying
It's
is
an
that both.
unfortunate situation where you can't have Demko
No,
starting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at
but
the
they
right
don't
now.
have a
to
backup.
have him lead
Like,
him.
They don't.
But-
What I'm saying
I
is
mean-
Shelovs once Demko can come back, I think Shelovs and Wolf will both benefit very much from being on the bench. Wolf not as much because Wolf is going to play more because again he doesn't have that starting goaltender to be underneath and improve his game. Shelovs does.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like Shelovs and Demko will be very similar to how Wolf was with Markstrom for the last half of the season last year, and that I think will help Shelovs improve greatly. Because if you looked at Wolf in the preseason, from the last half of last year, he improved greatly just from underneath Markstrom. Like having that guy underneath there, that's why Minnesota has Fleury with Gustafsson. Because again, when you have that older guy in the league, that guy that can sit you looking and be like, dude,
Gustafson's going to be a star.
oh,
It's gonna be
100%.
so good.
yeah.
But when you
I don't think he's gonna be the big guy in Minnesota. I like Wallstead instead. He's
I
gonna
like
be great.
Gustafsson. I'm
I
just saying
still- I'd
when
take
you
Gustafsson right now.
when you have that guy that guy has been in the league for a long time, that veteran goaltender who maybe he's not at the same level of his prime, but as it used to be. Well, with Demko he is
Still
but,
a mentor.
but you have that mentor goaltender who, if you're having a rocky first period, you can get into the room and the guy can look at you and be like, dude, just calm the fuck down. Like,
Yeah.
it's not that bad. You're playing fine. Just calm down. Talk to your D-man, this, that, the other thing. Who's been in the league for a longer period of time. It really helps for a young goaltender. It's the same way you put like your rookies with your veteran stars. It's the same way you put like Zary last year. They put Zary and Possible still with Kadri.
Zary's him.
And now look at Zary. He's him.
Oh, he is him. Are you
So
kidding me? That
that's
OT
what I'm saying.
goal?
I think Shelov's will benefit from that once Demko comes back. I think until then, Shelov's is going to be really thrown into the fire.
And
yeah.
I think the team is going to have to play differently because usually if we have a nuts first period, we have Thatcher Demko in net. We can kind of just chill and he can carry us to a win.
Not if Connor Zary's on the ice.
Which is what happened there.
Ultimate Zary glazing, dude.
Oh
They had
my
a bit
God.
too much
He's
trust
got the jersey
in
on too and
Shelov.
everything.
They had a bit too much trust in Shelov's going into that second period, and they just didn't play defense.
I didn't even think it was
for
that.
him.
I think they just didn't think the Flames could even come out to come back.
I
guess,
don't think
but-
it was too much trust in Shelov's. I think that it was just that they.
Because you can't say too much
They
trust
took
in
the Flames
Shelov's
too
if we
lazy.
put 4 shots on net in the first period.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
they were kind of
But
testing
that's,
him.
but
you
that,
know?
that's the other thing is look at was it that Shelov's was coming in cold the second period because he basically had 20 minutes where he was not facing a shot. Like he
Pretty
faced 4
much.
shots in 20 minutes. That's gonna make any goaltender cold. Ali can admit if you don't face shots in the first period and you only face like 4 shots, it's gonna make you cold.
Dude, Ali was the champ of Div 12.
Are
I know.
you kidding me? I'm the greatest goaltender of all time, bro. Are you kidding me?
He's the Malcolm. He is the Malcolm Subban of Pee Wee 12.
It's because I'm colored, isn't it?
that-
No,
no,
yeah,
say
yeah,
that.
that's why you went
You
Malcolm
racist shit.
Subban. Yeah. Nah, bro. I was the Carey Price of Div 12. Everyone knows it. Come on.
Carey
I was
Price is a bit of
insane, bro.
is a bit
Probably
of a.
because you were in Div 12.
I'd probably say Ron Hextall more likely because you
Yeah,
slashed
you're
everyone in
right.
the fucking heels.
Who was the guy on the Islanders? Was it Billy Smith or something?
Billy Smith.
What, the guy who just
What-
slashed everybody's ankles?
Yeah.
Did Ali have a
that
bit of a
was an
temper in
absolute-
Div 12?
Oh, it
Oh,
was
you
bad.
don't even know, man.
Dude, I got
So-
into like I had like at least on the season of true idol penalty. I think I had 60 on that season.
Well, because you weighed 100 pounds
Higher.
more than everybody else.
No, it was,
Higher.
I asked.
It
It
was
was only
way
6.
higher.
I
It
checked.
was
it
more
was
than
only
60, man.
It was
I
It
only
was
remember
more.
killing a penalty each game.
Maybe
man.
60 penalties.
No, it was 60 pims, but at least 20 of those are from protecting this guy because he decided to punch a guy.
No. Okay, first of
Yes.
all, yes, I did punch people, but I did it
A
very,
lot.
very sneakily. Like, okay, I remember the trick.
You did it sneakily, but every single time you punch them, they'd get mad and then try and punch you back.
Okay, I sneakily
Yeah,
don't give
but,
a
like,
shit.
Come on.
It has been 7 years, guys.
We are arguing about Pee Wee 12, boys. About Pee Wee 12. But I'm just saying, man.
I want to bring up a point from last week that you have to show Evan. I think we got to show Evan. I'll pull up the Cream Cox jersey because you haven't seen that. I think we have to
yeah.
show Evan. I think we should show Evan the Tortilla Texas Tech.
Oh,
No,
tortilla Texas
those
Tech joints are
so ass,
so
dude.
hard.
So ass.
Holy shit, man! I need to grab one of those. Those things are so sick, bro. Look at these joints, hard as fuck.
Ew.
Those are stunning.
Let
Are
me
you
see.
kidding me?
What's on
Here you
them?
go,
It's
boys.
a tortilla jersey.
Here's the Cream Cox jersey, guys.
Dude, this is the shit that Kylan wishes he was wearing.
no,
Yeah, yeah.
that's just awful. I hate that shit.
I'm just saying.
Anything
oh,
food you like.
Shut your stupid ass up. There you go.
But he had a
The
tortilla
Cream
on the way.
Cox.
The cream cox is so stunning, man. I'm sorry.
I've seen that one. Yeah.
We love the cream cox.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Barker's cock's creamy.
Okay, you know what? Leading up to
Dog.
this, who currently at this time has the best jersey in the NHL?
Primary, or are we counting alternates?
Let's go all of them.
Okay, let's do
Well, we're all
primaries.
gonna be
Okay, yeah.
biased
You know what?
here.
Okay,
Let's
let's
do primaries
let's
first.
go for each one. So your home jersey, who has the best in the league?
Oh.
I would have said Arizona.
I'm gonna be
but
honest.
Arizona's folded.
I really like LA's new home jersey.
Those are sweet.
LA.
LA.
like
Those
it.
I
are
don't know. I
sweet.
also really like Anaheim's. Anaheim's are
Are
sweet.
they still wearing the chrome domes?
No, they're not
No.
wearing the chrome
Okay,
domes.
because I was
No,
gonna
that's-
say if they're wearing chrome domes, it immediately makes that list
We had a
invalid.
conversation about
Yeah.
this. I love the chrome
They
domes.
fucking
The LA
suck.
chrome domes
They're
are
awful.
so sweet.
You look like shit if you wear one.
The LA
Ali,
chrome domes.
Ali wanted us to do a chrome dome matchup, like Vegas with his chrome dome.
Oh yeah, Vegas,
then
LA. When they
Vegas,
had
LA,
both their chrome domes.
I think
a spinny chair?
Sorry.
you're the new one, you prick. I think that the home jersey is a tough one. It would have been Arizona with the Kachinas up until this point. I like LA's
You don't want
new
the
ones.
Utah Hockey Club jersey?
The colors are not bad.
They're kind of sweet.
The colors are not
Colors
bad.
go
I just don't
hard.
like that
I'm
it's
excited to see what they
Utah.
do.
And what about $3 drinks? Come on. They
I was gonna say that's
they sold
insane.
beer.
They sold
at that game.
$120,000 worth of beer sales that game. I'm not kidding.
Bro,
They
I thought
sold
Mormons
more
didn't drink
beer
beer.
at
That
that
is
game than
crazy.
any Utah Jazz game ever.
That is crazy.
$3 helps.
Yeah, it's because if I could only see half the ice, I'd need to drink a fuck ton of beer as well. Holy
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, they
Oh,
call
yeah.
them one. They call them one
One
net
net
seats, and they're sold at a fraction cost.
That is crazy. Okay,
There, it depends on where you sit though in that row. Because if you sit if
The
you
front
can get
row.
front row or front 2 rows, you can see. I mean, it's not as good as sitting in a regular NHL arena, but you probably pay, 1/3 of the price off. So you pay 2/3 of the price what the usual ticket is, and you can see the full ice. So if you can sit there,
But
If you get
anyways,
there early enough.
as we're talking about jerseys, LA's got really nice home jerseys. I actually think the orange Anaheims are pretty sick.
no,
I don't like
I don't like them.
they're
I
so
don't like
nice.
them.
like
We're
'em.
split on that one.
Yeah,
I actually thought I'd be the only one to say that I didn't like them.
I
No,
can't
they're
believe we
not
haven't
the
talked
best.
about the Kraken yet. Those jerseys are so sweet.
They're pretty good.
I
They're,
love the
they're,
Kraken
they're good,
jerseys, man.
but I think that LA's are nicer.
LA's are
Um,
definitely nicer.
Honestly,
See, but here's the
for-
problem I
for-
have with
for-
LA is that they went with their old logo with that shield, which was not a great logo.
It's recording.
yeah, I pressed record.
Okay,
It was. It's off now. The screen's off.
just make sure.
Okay, I'll keep talking.
Yeah, just keep it on.
The only problem I have with the LA Kings jerseys, yeah, they're nice. Yeah, they're cool looking jerseys, and they were good in the past.
Are you kidding me? It wasn't even recording.
Stopped recording. I pressed record.
Oh, buddy. All right.
All right, we had a fat cell malfunction. Anyways, the problem I have with the LA Kings jersey
No, it
is
doesn't.
that
It doesn't fold.
logo looks
It
good,
wasn't
jersey
recorded
looks
then.
good, and they got rid of the chrome domes. But the problem is that because they failed so poorly on their other jersey, well, I wouldn't say failed. They had it for 10 years and they won 2 cups with it. But for a jersey that people didn't like as much as the original, and now they're just falling back on the Gretzky era jersey without having to be creative, make up a new jersey. And I mean, actually, you know what? That goes with a lot of jerseys around the league. I love Calgary's home jerseys, and I would put it up there as one of the nicest ones. But again, we just fell back on the alternate jersey that we had years ago because
so
we
nice.
failed several times on making
Yeah,
our own
well,
jerseys.
but falling back on an old gold standard is not an awful thing, though.
Okay, yeah, but they didn't even go with their best jerseys from the gold standard. They didn't even go with the yellow and purple jerseys.
Oh, for LA, I was talking about Calgary.
We don't have any other. Calgary doesn't have many options. LA has a couple options, and they
Yeah.
did not go with their best one, in my opinion.
Vancouver back to the V.
No.
See, I
those
I
things.
love the
I-
colorway.
I want to
love
see
the
Vancouver
colorway
go
of
back
the
to
V.
skate.
I don't like the skate.
I love. The
I
skate.
want the skate.
I
I want the
love
skate
the
back.
skate. That is.
I
my
think their
favorite
current home is
skate
better.
I
ever.
like their current home. I love the
I love
colors.
the
No,
blue,
I
and I
want
think
them-
the orc is kind of sick.
Blue and
want
green
them
is
to go
so
back.
Vancouver.
I want
don't
them to go
care.
back to the skate.
So we're opioids.
Honestly,
I want the skate with the current colors.
yo,
I
you gotta
don't know.
stop. You gotta
what did he
stop,
say?
dude.
I
You
didn't
can
hear
say
him.
the same thing.
I don't
about
think we should
Seattle.
repeat it.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah.
Although I think I might put my number one favorite uniform, but the whole thing is probably the Rangers. I know I don't love
those are kind of sweet.
the sideways Rangers, the letters. I mean, you have to do it right, and I think they do it right with the blue and the red. I think they're awesome. I think even just the kind of stripes they have on their jerseys are pretty fire. Even their alternate, that navy blue one they had last year with the thinner stripes, that was also pretty hard.
Oh yeah.
I think if we're going off of pure nostalgia in general, because a lot of people will go off nostalgia for jerseys. I think if you're going off pure nostalgia, Rangers is up there as a really good one because they haven't changed throughout the years. I think Habs are a good one up there.
Oh yeah.
Because if you're on pure,
I don't love the Habs jerseys.
I don't
I'm not
love the
only
Habs
one.
jerseys.
Sweet.
I don't love the
I
Habs
like
jerseys, but I'm talking about in general. If we're talking about because all people will include nostalgia into it.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're including nostalgia, I think the Habs are up there. I think when we can't, and this is as a Vegas fan, I love the gold sparkly jerseys, but you can't include them in this conversation.
The
No,
stripper
they
jerseys.
ruined it. That was the
jerseys, yeah.
perfect alternate jersey because
I
that
know.
you can't
Oh,
get
yeah.
a better alternate jersey for Vegas. That gray they had at home was so sick.
Oh, yeah.
And this
Yeah.
leads me to my next point. The greatest away jerseys in the NHL was Vegas. That gold with the light gray and that badass logo looks great. I fucking hate everything about that team except for their away jerseys.
The
don't
away
know if I
jerseys,
agree
the
with
away jerseys are
that.
pretty sick. I think for away jerseys, I'd also throw up there. Honestly, LA's away jerseys.
The
LA's
new
uniforms
Kings
are
jerseys are
nice.
so sweet.
It's
Oh
so
my God.
sweet, man.
I'm not sure if it's just nostalgia hitting, but those things are
They're so sweet.
I will
nice.
tell you,
You can't have nostalgia for it. You're 18.
Well, I mean, just watching the old Gretzky clips and stuff, just seeing them are so.
Yeah,
nice.
this dude was sitting there before hockey.
Oh, yeah.
watching Gretzky clips as a goaltender.
Hey, come on, man. You go.
You had to know
gotta
what you
study
had
the
to
greatest.
expect in
He was
Div
getting
12.
He was getting
Exactly.
dialed in.
Yeah, exactly, man. Come on. They call me Wayne Glensky for a
This
reason.
dude's absolutely
Wayne
dialed.
Gretzky.
Wayne Gretzky.
Wayne Gretzky.
Oh man, yeah, no. Honestly, if I had to go with the best away jersey, I really like Buffalo's. I think Buffalo just has
Yeah.
some sweet colors.
Buffalo has
I
some really
just-
nice jerseys. I also
I'm
like
stunning
Buffalo's.
one.
Yeah, but
I
they're
miss-
0-3,
last
so they
year.
should be relegated.
Oh,
I
yeah.
miss Boston's from last year. I liked last year's Boston.
hated
Last
Oh,
year's
that
Boston's
gold
were
B.
so sweet.
Actually, you
hated
know
those.
what? I think those are my favorite home jerseys in the league.
I hated
They were
those.
That
so
gold
good.
accent was
Shock-
so far. I know.
Shocker.
I
The
know.
Vancouver fan hated something about Boston.
No,
I know.
I
They-
like their
Just 'cause
normal
they suck.
jerseys. I like their normal
I'm just saying
jerseys.
they,
I don't like
they
the normal
only committed a
jerseys.
Really?
riot because of them.
Oh, they're
No,
okay. I just think they're
No,
basic.
I
gold
like
better.
Boston's
The
normal
gold-
jerseys.
the gold makes
the
it
gold
pop so
wasn't
much
good.
more.
The gold isn't Boston.
It makes it pop so much more though.
No, but
What is Boston is the 2011 Stanley Cup champs, baby.
Oh
I
yeah.
know.
Okay, so you know what? I have a real question here. We're going to go back to jerseys, but hypothetically, if the Canucks were to lift the cup, what happens to the city?
Oh, they still burn it down.
They still burn it
But-
Yeah,
down.
they
I
still
just-
burn it down. But they're all going to be high doing it this
I don't
time.
think I don't think
Fair,
they
yeah.
burn it down. I think everybody's fent it out of their mind on the sidewalk outside Rogers Arena. And
Inside Rogers Arena too.
inside of Rogers Arena too. Yeah, you could probably get it in there at this point. But
Pause.
pause.
If we make
But,
it big,
you
we'll
know.
do like a sidewalk Vancouver podcast.
I don't want to die.
I'm so down.
That'd be so much fun.
Yeah. Also, can I just
Fuck you, Evan.
can I just say as well that this whole conversation is kind of null and void because there's no shot the Vancouver Canucks will ever lift the Stanley Cup.
You know, I hope I see it once in my life, just because I want to see what happens. to the
Absolutely
city.
not.
I want it. I want it to happen.
I'd rather. I'm not gonna say that.
If it's gonna happen, it'll happen
This is
in
better.
the next like 10
100
years.
years.
I would rather.
But if
I
it
would
doesn't, then
rather.
it might never happen. You'd rather what?
Yes, yeah. I will. Just give me a second. All right.
I'd rather rip my own testicles off than see that.
All right. Kylan, your mic is back on.
'Kay, cool.
All right.
You're a Vegas fan. The fuck do you care?
Vegas won't lift it again as well. I've had my one moment of pure joy. I've had it. I'm
One
happy.
moment of pure joy. This guy watched 2 games the whole season
I
and
was
quit
gonna
on
say,
both his
I know,
teams
right?
beforehand.
Oh, I like Vegas before.
Ultimate bandwagon. Like, there's a difference
Biggest.
between liking a team and then actually cheering for them.
He's the biggest bandwagon of all time.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone
But
says.
he's a slave to the Flames organization too. He works there.
Exactly. And he says he's a Vegas fan. Like, come on.
Dude, I'm a slave to the Flames organization because they need money. There's a difference.
I'm just saying, I never heard anything
Brokey.
about Vegas until they made the finals in 2018.
Brokey, you can shut your stupid ass up. I have bills unlike you.
It just means I don't pay the government. So who's winning?
Me still.
Anyways, I'm
He's
going back.
saving more money
I'm
than
going
you
back to
are.
the jersey topic.
Yes.
If you throw gold into anywhere, it's perfect. That Buffalo Sabres jersey from 2021,
Oh,
I
those
think,
are
with the gold
sweet.
Buffalo.
50th
that
anniversary
was,
ones.
that was
those are-
good.
Those were
That
pretty
was
hot.
good.
Okay, best alternate jersey in the league right now.
Oh, I gotta go first. It's either the Jets or the St. Louis Blues.
Ooh.
Those
Blues,
baby
I don't
blues,
know.
those baby blues are so hot.
I'm a killer for black jerseys. I love Blasty and I love the goat head in Buffalo. Those things.
The
are
goat
Actually,
head's
the
nice.
goat head's pretty cool.
The goal's pretty cool.
Doesn't beat
yeah.
out St. Louis. or
I'm
the
just
Jets.
saying.
I
I think one of the better alternate jerseys out there, looks wise, has to be, and people may not like this very much. It has to be the Jets. It depends on the time.
Honestly,
but
he's
there-
a Jets
there are
glazer,
ways.
low key. He's
No,
kind
no,
of
no.
a Jets glazer.
No,
I'm just
those
saying,
those
man.
those old school jerseys. I'd
those are
say
sweet, yeah.
The Dale
I'd
Howard
say-
jerseys. Come
dude,
on.
Those are
I'd,
kinda
I'd
nice, yeah.
say Vegas, but the great
Fuck
jerseys
off.
the great jerseys should just be their home.
Oh, agreed, 100%.
Those are alternates are supposed to be flashy.
I know.
Also,
that's what I'm saying.
The Rangers alternate. Holy, those are sweet. I know you were thinking about
The
the
navy
other
ones?
Those
Yeah,
are
I
Actually,
still
no,
gotta
if-
pick one up.
If Vegas swapped to the gray for like the blacked out jersey with like saying Vegas, like their reverse retro,
Oh,
if
the
they
glow in the darks?
if they brought that back, okay, cool.
If Vegas switched places with the Quebec Nordiques, I wouldn't be mad.
Oh,
Neither
100%.
would I. I would
100%.
love that.
Okay, you know what? Actually, I think we're
Okay,
kind of
let's go
done with
fuck
the
myself,
alternate
cool.
talk here. What do you guys think about expanding? Because we're
I
talking
think
about
it's a-
Atlanta
I
and
think it's a
Kyle's
bad
Tucson.
still
idea.
doing
I think
it.
it's a bad idea.
Shut your fucking ass up.
Yeah, I just caught that. That's fucking crazy.
I'm glad I didn't hear
No,
that.
but I don't
know
think
you
the
guys are
league
probably
needs to
hearing this,
expand
but-
anymore.
outta
I don't think
here.
it does.
Honestly, like we're so diluted. Why are we
Exactly.
going?
Too many
Exactly.
teams.
Why
There's
are
so
we
many-
going to Atlanta for a third time? This
There's-
market has failed twice. I know you can say, "Oh, it's bad ownership." All this.
See, I like
do
seeing
you
them fold.
really think? Do you really think they can compete with the Hawks? Do you think they can compete with the Falcons?
No,
do you
they
think they can
can't.
compete with the Braves? Dude, I don't even think they can compete with the Dream, the WNBA team there. Honestly, I don't
Yeah,
think
I didn't even know they had
Atlanta's a
a
hockey
WNBA
market.
team there.
Now,
I don't even know.
I know. I don't even think they can
I
compete
don't
with
even
them.
watch the
Honestly,
WNBA.
the talent pool in the NHL is so diluted now. There's so many motherfuckers in the league that should be like a bottom tier AHL player.
aka Nils Hoglander.
Yeah, Niels Hoglander is the perfect
Shut the
example.
fuck up.
Yeah, you're in
He
every,
scored
you're in
24.
every right to determine who should be in the NHL with your skill.
Yeah, I
Can
am.
you skate?
Yeah.
Can you stop?
That's a good fucking question.
Dude,
we'll
if
find out eventually.
If he stops and fucks it up, he goes through the boards.
Oh.
Like,
Hey, just make sure you're hitting
or,
someone on the way.
breaks
You know?
the ice.
Oh man, no, but
Gotta get that
He's
little
gonna make
JT
pressure
Miller
cracks in
move
the
there.
ice as he,
I
as
think
he
if anything
skates.
should happen, a couple teams should get
Okay,
removed
yeah,
from
but
the
you
league.
you say that the talent pool is diluted. Yet when Vegas had an expansion draft and come in, they're a band of misfits and then make the
Okay,
Stanley Cup
here's
final.
the thing: is I agree
I guess.
with like going 31 and 32, but I think you should stop there.
I could.
Well, it
I would
depends.
say, I would say
It
max
depends on the
35.
markets. Like, look at where
But,
you're
like,
gonna
okay,
go.
no,
Like, I don't think
also-
Atlanta should get a team. And if I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if Quebec should get a team because, like, I don't like how big. Like Quebec City, I know it's probably about 500,000 people, right? But then they're also talking about giving one to not Hamilton, Halifax.
No, Halifax is not getting a team. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but they both have 500,000 population.
I think Quebec City, they have the arena already. It makes sense. But okay, here's
What
my
I was-
argument for the dilution about Vegas thing is when you're taking my 7th best forward who deserves to be in the NHL and give him first line minutes, of course they're going to be better. They were just built top to bottom depth.
yeah,
like-
but then you look at like
Look, they didn't really have a real first line in my opinion. I think they had 4 second lines. And that's the reason why they made it is because when I'm putting out my 4th line, they have their second line, right? They have another second line, a second line, a second line. And they had Marc-Andre Fleury gifted to them. Like, he was just
Yeah,
insane.
but the only way they gifted him away for a fucking mega puck,
Megapuck.
so it doesn't matter.
That's fair.
One thing I'd say is in regards to the expansions is if you keep expanding, it gets to a point where the expansion teams just start getting worse and worse and worse. Because like Parker said, you end up having
But we have
AHL guys filling in, and yes, that is great for depth. That's great for fourth line. It gives people more opportunities. I like that. I love the idea of making more people's sort of dreams to play in the National Hockey League come true. It makes more sense for teams as well because you can give your fourth line guys less money. I get that. It makes sense. But when you're doing an expansion draft and protecting a certain amount of guys, well, now all you have is you're gonna have a team built of entirely AHL caliber players, or like top end AHL, low end NHL caliber players.
Yeah.
Okay, but if
And
you
you
put
know-
that theory into real life, it's the complete opposite. The last 2 teams who have had expansion drafts have won a Stanley Cup and the Stanley Cup final in their first year. Kraken have won a playoff series and made it one other time.
No.
And now, but then if you go back to the first expansion team, still the worst season of all time is the 72 Washington Capitals when they expanded. The Blue Jackets still suck ass. Minnesota's still irrelevant. It doesn't like
Okay, but
it
you have to
doesn't
also
make
look at
sense.
the expansion rules too, right?
Yeah.
What
Like
did they
Bettman,
change?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You weren't even allowed to take an NHL player basically in the Washington era. And
Oh,
stuff.
I didn't know that.
This
Okay.
like
all
Bettman
NHL.
because he needed to make his babies popular. He made
Okay,
sure
but
he
but
took
then there's
NHL players.
but then there's the thing though is that if you keep that going forward, that means everybody should have the same thing.
Actually, no.
Yeah.
You can say NHL Bettman to keep his babies going, and I understand that whole argument. But at the same time, it makes more sense to have a team come in with fourth line NHL caliber players to try and have them compete a little bit. Because if you bring them in at the AHL level like they did in Washington, like Washington survived and all those teams survived because back then tickets and stuff was so cheap and beer was so cheap that you could buy a beer and get drunk and have fun at the game still. Nowadays, with the prices of everything is, with inflation and everything like that, and with the way how much it costs to run an NHL arena and run an NHL team nowadays, because of the more travel costs, because of all these different costs that are now in there, you have to make the team at least somewhat manageable in the NHL. I'm not saying with Vegas it was
Like competitive, so you get
competitive.
sales.
Like with Vegas, it was a very much Vegas and the Kraken. It was very the Kraken. I think is a perfect example. Okay, they're competitive. They're in the division. They're competitive in the division, and while they're not winning the cup right away, like Vegas was kind of an outlier.
But those 2 teams they
Vegas-
put into sports cities, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, maybe not Vegas was a sports city at the time,
Vegas
but they've
is-
got fans. They're rowdy. Same with
Yeah.
same with
I mean,
Seattle.
they're basically a fifth Western Canadian. Team,
Exactly.
honestly.
But Vegas is kind of an outlier. The fact they went to the Stanley Cup and all that. Like I can admit that we probably shouldn't have gone that year. But with Kraken, they're being a mid team. They're making good money. Like that's the thing. If you put a team in the bottom,
Well, you gotta put
no
'em-
one's gonna see. No
but
one's
you got to
gonna
put
market.
them where people are going to watch. Like Utah or Salt Lake City is a good sports city.
That's
You
a
saw
great
them
market.
yesterday. That's a good market. Better than Glendale,
Oh yeah.
One thing I
right?
just don't
But then
understand.
you look at other teams like. I know Quebec City, people have been talking about it, but like again, it all depends on how diehard they are and are they going to go to their games. And I think there are only 3 cities in the whole North America that could still get one. I think that Quebec is one. And I think you could make a case for Halifax because they had the World Juniors there. I know that's a bit of a special outlier, but they were pretty diehard for that. And then I think the other one that you could put in is Austin. down in Texas.
I think
They've
you go
got-
Houston. You go Houston.
Or Houston, sorry, I meant Houston. Sorry, the Houston Stars, the AHL
Texas
affiliate,
Stars,
or sorry, the Texas Stars who play in Houston are arguably bigger than the Dallas Stars just because of the size of the city that they're in, right? I mean, Dallas is still over 1 million people, but Houston is the biggest city there by far.
No, I
So you just got to
agree
put
with you
them in
on
the
that.
right market. Like I don't care who they get, you could bring over like
I have. Sorry, continue.
I was gonna say you can bring over guys like you were saying, like Seattle, who weren't competitive right out the gates, but weren't horrible, and they would still sell out tickets. I think in any of those 3 cities.
100%.
I think we had to talk about this last time. I hate Seattle's rink, but that's moving on.
I
You
was
are
actually there.
so delusional.
I don't like it
Seattle has
either.
the best rink in the NHL.
Okay,
I don't
that's
care
more
what anyone
delusional than
says.
saying he hates
No,
it.
I'm sorry.
That's way more
Seattle's
delusional.
arena
How- you
is
can't
just
beat
stunning.
MSG.
It's stunning. I don't care.
Stunning.
No, are you kidding me?
Have you
You've
been there?
Seattle?
Yeah, have you been
Yes,
there? It's
yeah.
a fucking
Are you
white
kidding me?
brick.
It's awesome.
It's a white brick.
Are you kidding me?
It's got
like
less
the most
personality than the
unique-
Saddle Dome, and that's
No,
falling apart.
It is the most unique.
It is less
arena
personality
in the
than a
NHL.
fucking German
you guys
hooker.
are
Like,
losers.
shut the
You
fuck
guys
up.
are such
Inside,
losers.
it's
I'm
nice because it's
sorry.
brand new, but
no,
it looks like
inside-
shit
hate the
outside.
scoreboards.
Outside,
I
I
hate
agree,
the
but on
scoreboards.
the inside, if we're just talking
I
like
hate
view
the
wise,
scoreboards. I
the
hate the
scoreboards are so
scoreboards.
nice. You
They're
guys are so
fucking awful.
delusional.
The only
Awful.
ring, the
They
only
look like a minor hockey scoreboard where you have them on each side. Like,
Bro, you
they're
got 2
awful.
wedges
No, they're
above
awesome.
each
I don't care.
goaltender. Fucking awful.
I love it. I love Seattle's arena
I'm
so
indifferent. I
much.
could care
But
less.
anyways, I was gonna bring up this topic and say, what do you guys think of? Someone actually has proposed a bunch of times. What do you guys think if the NHL and North American hockey adopted the relegation system? So how?
No, it doesn't work.
No.
You can't do it.
It wouldn't work as well. But if they made some changes, what changes do you guys think would have to be made to adopt the relegation system? And do you think that would be beneficial at this level?
No.
I think it's physically impossible. You have 2 countries, one which is a very minimal $38 million population, and versus a country who ultimately it's the least popular sport. You compare that to European football, the entire continent plays it. You've got 400 million people playing the sport. And then not only that, you've got a top league in each country. Well, I mean, the top 5 leagues in each country that make just billions of dollars. Everyone goes to these games. They make the most amount of money out of any professional player ever. You have so much talent, you can go down 3 tiers of football, and it's still
soccer.
super competitive.
It's soccer,
Sorry,
not football.
3 tiers of soccer, super competitive. NHL,
I'm not-
just the
I'm
bottom
not-
half of the league shouldn't even. Well, I say shouldn't be here.
I'm
exaggerating,
I'm not saying that it should be done. I was just bringing up the topic because there's people who've been calling for it. Because then if there's teams like Arizona was last
You
year,
just can't.
or you
That's
saw teams go
delusional.
down.
I'm sorry, you're delusional if you think that's going to happen.
Okay, and then there's a difference. And the
I was getting
reason
hella heated on
why
this podcast.
the
Oh,
reason
yeah.
why I
Oh, yeah.
love hockey so much is that
I'm
any
so
team
surprised
could beat
it's
anyone at any point. Look at Calgary versus Vancouver last night. Calgary's a rebuilding team. They're not good. If your third line is paying a guy $10.5 million, it's not good. Look at a cup contending team you play against, and you rally back, you win. Doesn't matter. Look at last year with Arizona, who were okay, they weren't the best situation. They weren't the best scenario, but look at San Jose. They came in and played much better teams every night, and a lot of times they did, still take it to them or even win. I know they only won 14 games or whatever it was, but that's what I love the NHL. Anyone can come in and beat anyone, no matter the talent. When in soccer or football, it's 11v11. There's not much room to move out there, and it's tough for even teams to compete. Why do you think only 5 teams have really ever won the Premier League?
Yeah.
Because it's so hard. There's less anomaly in the league.
No, I agree.
And I think that's why you don't need relegation in the NHL, is that the bottom team can still come out and beat anyone else.
I agree.
One of my favorite examples was the 2020 bubble year when you were playing the Canadian division. Ottawa finished below a lot of teams, and yet they still had a positive record inside that bubble. They were... I think there's a reason why you can't, and I don't even think you can even think about implementing relegation.
Oh no,
in
I
North
wouldn't.
American
I
hockey.
think
completely agree.
I think the reason why it doesn't work is because you have that farm system
there is no farm system
in English soccer or in soccer in general. They don't have farm system. They loan out if they want to send a player down to a lower level, they loan him out for a certain amount of money to a lower level.
Or even just having your
Or just-
academy.
yeah.
But if you compare the worst team in the NHL last year, like the Sharks, who were primarily an AHL roster probably, and you play them against the top team in the AHL, which was last year the
Hershey Bears.
Coachella Valley Firebirds. No,
Yeah.
they won, but I'm just saying maybe first place in the league. I would still take San Jose 9 times out of 10 winning that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I think that's the perfect example of why you can't do relegation.
Also, you'd
in
have
North
to take out the
American hockey.
salary cap completely.
I think
And some random Saudi sheikh could probably buy a team
The-
and
the-
take
Man
the
City.
Arizona Coyotes, become the greatest team of all time.
The other reason why I think that if you take like Evan's situation, when you take like the top AHL team versus the bottom NHL team, the reason why it wouldn't work is because the bottom NHL team, their bottom guys are still top guys in the AHL, whereas the bottom guys in the AHL are nowhere near the NHL level.
As I said, the 700th best guy in the NHL was 1,000 times better than anybody else.
So let's move on now. I have an idea. Let's move on to the games for today. Let's give predictions. Keep in mind.
Predictions.
Keep in mind. I have all the games over here, buddy.
But I gotta think about it.
All
All right, Lightning Hurricanes. I think Hurricanes win twice in a row.
Oh God, no. That's
I was gonna say this is October 11th, so you know. That game has been postponed. I don't think that's gonna. Oh no, it's in. It's
Postponed.
okay.
No,
Let me
not that one. That one.
It's in Raleigh?
That one is Raleigh.
Okay.
just
in
let me
Raleigh.
talk about the headlines though, because they're saying the Lightning home opener against the Hurricanes was postponed
It
by
is.
the Hurricanes, and like that just messes
No, they
with
lost.
my mind so much.
No, it's
like-
postponed by Hurricane Milton.
But like they're also playing the Hurricanes at the same time. Like,
It's kind of ironic.
So
0-2.
rad.
It's kind of ironic, but Milton, in all seriousness, Milton is like it's scary.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Milton
yeah.
is fucking horrifying.
Yeah, if you're
Like
watching
that-
from Florida,
yeah, stay safe, guys.
yeah,
Seriously.
of course. I doubt
watching
anyone's
from
watching from Florida anyway. So does Florida even have fans? Like,
Dude, there's.
Oh my God. Okay,
Yeah,
hold
yeah.
on. That brings me to
There's-
another point.
there's-
I was
you
watching.
fucker.
I came right home from school that day for the first on Tuesday, the first day of the season, Boston, Florida. I have never seen an arena so fucking empty in my life after winning the
gonna
Stanley Cup.
say,
It was
man.
it was honestly pathetic.
Well, it's
and
a
I
fucking weekday in Miami. Do you think anybody's going
it
to
was
a,
it
to a
was actually
fucking
it was
hockey
it was
game?
pretty sad. I'm not gonna
Dude,
lie.
there's
It pisses me off.
there's a comparison between how Miami is right now and how Tampa is, and it was like Miami, there's like a slight sprinkle of rain, and Tampa, it's like you're getting railroaded by a German.
Because
hooker.
Miami's so far south, right?
yeah,
in a
no,
void.
no, it's
Yeah.
north.
Is it north? Oh, sorry.
no, Miami's south.
Miami is south.
Miami's like the most southern point.
Oh
of
no,
America.
pardon me. No, the way Milton's going, it's going right through the middle of Florida, so Miami's
That's what I
down
was
here.
saying.
and
I'm pretty
Tampa's
sure
here.
Miami got
Yeah.
this.
But what I was
which is where.
Yeah, Tampa does
Milton, like
horrible.
there's a video of someone who walked into their house coming back, and it was just starting, and their house had flooded, and there was a crocodile sitting in their fucking house.
Probably a gator, but yeah.
That's the most
No, I
Florida
checked, it was a
thing
crocodile.
ever. That is the most Florida thing ever.
Okay,
bro.
Blackhawks Jets. Who wins?
Give me Jets.
I think the Jets
Fuck Connor
win, but I
Bedard.
think
Yeah, Jets.
Bedsy Berries won.
Yeah, I had to go Jets.
Oh, I gotta make my Timmy's picks, bro. I forgot about that. Oh yeah. Okay, boys, we're doing Timmy's picks live on the podcast right
okay,
now.
okay, okay. While you're doing this, I want score predictions. Jets Hawks.
Jets win 4-2.
Jets
Yeah.
win 3-1.
I think the Jets win 5-3.
I say Jets win 4-0.
This dude's going for back-to-back Hellebuck shows.
All right.
It would
Oh
be.
fuck! It's making me do math. Shit.
For my first pick,
3 times 10 is 30. Divided by 6 is 5.
Okay,
Add 2 is
Flyers
7.
Canucks.
Subtract.
bro, Hoglander's
4.
the first name you see on the list. I'm not
Oh my
taking
God, it's
Hoglander.
Parker's
so
sucking off the
The
Tim's
Canucks
average.
are so sad. They're still putting up their record from last year. They don't
I
want the
know.
embarrassment.
Jeez. All right. I think I have to. I'm either leaning Ehlers, Tippett, or
Oh, there's something.
I
Bedsy?
fucking hate Ehlers.
Okay,
I'm
Flyers
gonna
or
go
Canucks.
Bedsy. I'm gonna go Bedsy.
All right.
Flyers or Canucks.
I say Matvey Michkov puts up 9 points.
I think the Canucks have to win this game.
I
think
really hope they
have
don't.
to. I think they have to. You know, Alex Edler on the one-day contract, send him off with a win. You know? I think that would be nice to see. Putting him in the Ring of Honor.
I hope that the Canucks burn their city down. Again.
Yeah, well, you're just a hater, okay?
Canucks don't recover from last game. I got Flyers winning 4-0.
Do we got
nothing.
do we got the
She
Canucks-
loves just dies.
She loves just
apparently.
dies.
So
I
what?
have-
No, they got
what, are we
Lankinen.
playing
They're playing
fucking
Lankinen.
Lankinen?
6-0 double
Like-
Matvey hat trick.
Or as I like to call him, Wankinen.
No.
I like that one.
I think
Wankinen.
If the
Wankinen,
if the
boys.
Canucks lose, it's going to be 8-1 with Nils Höglander sniping in the first few seconds.
I think
and then
Quinn
everything goes
Hughes. I
downhill.
think Quinn Hughes is gonna be too busy fingering his wife in the back to play hockey.
Oh
Okay.
God!
But he's not even
jeez,
married.
man.
Right. Yeah, it's just Parker.
He's fingering somebody else's wife.
He's fingering. He's fingering JT Miller's wife.
no,
Oh, who was the guy in
fuck?
Ottawa?
The guy. Fucking Mike Hoffman and
Mike
Eric
Hoffman's
Carlson.
wife. It's Mike Hoffman's wife.
Dude,
Is it an Oiler or something, or what
dude,
happened?
the only
Okay,
thing
yeah.
worse, like, she is the worst locker room cancer I've ever seen. Mike
Oh,
Hoffman's
100%,
wife. Holy
100%.
shit. She single-handedly sent him to Florida and Eric Carlson to San Jose. That's fucking crazy.
She ruined the Senators.
She ruined the
She ruined the
Senators.
Senators.
That actually
man.
reminds me. I
Holy.
think that it's going to be Tampa Bay hockey dominating, Florida hockey dominating hockey for the next little while because they have so many stipulations that make it better to live down there.
I fucking hate Florida.
No
I have to say that
tax,
right
no
now.
tax in
Oh
the
my
Sun
God.
Belt. You know they might have to build a new house every year, but like when you're
Yeah.
being paid $45 million, doesn't matter.
Yep.
But they don't even have to live in Florida.
Okay, Blues,
They
Golden
could-
Knights.
Blues, Golden Knights.
Blues go undefeated still.
Dylan Holloway scores a hattie. I got
Well,
Blues winning.
Jordan
6-5.
Binnington-
I
think the
want
Knights
Vegas
will
to win, but I think again, I think the
I think
performance,
Vegas is
the
just too shit. You
the
know?
performance against the Avs, like okay, this is the difference as well. I'm just saying this. I may be a Vegas fan, but I try my best to be unbiased. This
Unbiased.
fucker is just riding a dick.
Unbiased. I literally said the Canucks are gonna
Parker's
lose.
doing tricks on Hoaglander.
No, I'm unbiased.
Oh, yeah.
I'm unbiased against my own team. I'm biased against the Canucks because you guys are fucking losers. Anyways, I want Vegas. I want Vegas to win. I don't know if they will. Again, I can't judge it off of the 8-4.
Well, I'm getting Vegas' pick next year, so I want them to suck both years.
against
Oh, yeah.
8-4. The 8-4 against the Avs. You can't. I don't know if you can judge off that. I think tonight is one of those you just have to
You
see
mean
how
a
it goes.
Pacific contender? I think you can judge it off that. I mean, it was the first game.
I can
but
tell you guys, but just the way it's working, I want to see how they go.
I want to
hope they
see
win
Vegas
tonight.
get battered.
All right, boys. We got a couple minutes left, so I think we're gonna wrap it up with a Chell review. What do you guys think about NHL 25 so
I
far?
think it's
I have
fucking
so much
awesome.
fun.
I think it's awesome, dude.
They made the goaltender so much shitter.
It is. I've noticed a couple more. Like I only had a couple days played in 24, but
53.
You had 53 games played.
53 days.
Let's look at the active
53.
stats on
Okay,
NHL
okay,
25
shut
for
up,
Evan.
shut up. That's
Dude,
besides
I didn't
the
even
point.
I didn't even
53
finish the
days.
EA Play trial on NHL 24.
That's crazy.
There were no game. There was no game breaking glitches in either of them. There's a couple.
No.
There's a couple glitch goals that get annoying, but
Yeah,
you
of
can
course.
once you're good at the game, you can pretty much defend it. But 25 straight shots just go in, no X factor activation. Wagner might be the most dog shit fucking goalie I've ever seen. Like he's throwing poke checks like there's no fucking business. It's frustrating, but I think that overall it is a much better game than 24.
The skating
Because
is
in
so much
24,
nicer.
in 24, if you have 94 speed acceleration, you could win the game 100%. And now in this game, it's not the meta's changed. It's not only about being 5'7" and quick. You got to have agility, you got to have endurance, you got to not be able to
Yeah.
get hit. Because even now, if you get hit even a little bit, your guy gets stunned and he can't get up.
I know. I
Yeah.
feel
I
like the
think-
game is slower now.
Can we just take a
honestly.
moment
It
to
is
say
slower.
It feels
It
more
is
like
slower.
you're playing hockey then.
But that's better. It's
Than
better than
anything
what it
else.
was in
I like the
24.
high-paced game.
it doesn't feel
This,
like
this,
an
the skating is
arcade game.
better, but let's just. The game came out roughly a week ago.
Yes.
A
I
week
think
ago.
exactly a week ago, and in that week, Evan has 2 days, 8 hours, and 49 minutes played on the game.
Buddy, that is insane.
And what about Chell 24?
3.9 GPA. Doesn't matter.
Hey, that's crazy.
I think.
man.
Well, let me pull up the Chill 24 stats real quick.
I'm shocked you can even manage that.
No,
He doesn't talk to women. That's how he doesn't. He doesn't
Oh
talk to
yeah, you
women.
I've
got
never
a
seen
point.
a woman
He's
in my
yeah,
life.
afraid
that's
of them.
right.
He's
Yeah,
afraid
Dude,
of
he
them.
locked eyes with one of them and thought that he was dating them.
bro, he is woman repellent.
Let me just rub Evan's face and like arm like on my body to get him to walk away
I
from me.
pull
yeah.
more girthy men than you do, Allie.
Hey,
Evan had 53
Jesus.
days. Let me check right here. I think it's 53 days. What's the exact time? 53 days, 6 hours and 51 minutes in NHL 24.
that is crazy.
That game's only been out for a year.
That is insane, man. I'm.
4.0 GPA last
That's
year.
almost double
You
my.
said that just went up 0.1.
Yeah, it's
You said
3.9. It's 3.9
Ali,
right
wanna know
now.
something
Yeah, 'cause
crazy. Wanna know something
I got
crazy?
1-0.
That's almost double my time in Fortnite.
That is crazy.
It is double my time
And that
in
game,
Fortnite.
and that game's only been out for a year.
That
dude.
is crazy.
Holy.
I don't know how you like earn MRU student in like gaming that much still.
He
That's
doesn't
crazy,
talk
man.
to people.
No, I don't talk to women.
Neither do I. Oh man, wow, that is awesome, man. That is absolutely awesome. But honestly, I feel like the game's just slower. I just don't like it.
It's-
That's why it's better,
It's
though.
so
Because
much
now
better.
it forces you to play your position.
Also, as an offline gamer, the updates to franchise mode. Thank
what are you
so
stuck in
much.
1994?
I just don't play online.
Dude,
but-
Get
franchise mode
Xbox
is so
Live,
good.
you
Franchise mode
fucking
is so
Hutterites.
it's
good.
so expensive.
Get
Like, I'm not
Xbox
spending
Live,
like
you
60
Hutterites.
bucks to talk to you guys.
$11 a
dude.
month.
You fucking
And
Hutterites.
that's
My God.
crazy.
The
Buy
new
over
franchise
Christmas,
mode is
Jimmy.
amazing.
Bro,
The
I'm
new
a
franchise
brokey.
mode
You
is so
fucking-
good.
Are you kidding
You
me?
fucking Hutterite.
Bro, come on. I'm a brokey. I can't afford $11 a month. Why do you think I'm podcasting right now, man? I'm
Let
trying
me
to get
buy
my
some
money
chicken
up.
from you, Hutterite.
Whoa!
my God.
Whoa, we're clipping that, boys. We are so clipping that one.
For what? Hey, no.
For
It's
what,
also
chicken?
It's
Is a black man?
Okay, I didn't even think about that. Okay, no. In all seriousness, Hutterites make the best chicken. Like they grow on the Hutterite farm. They're big. They're juicy. They're so nice to eat.
So is Kylan.
Yeah, I am big and juicy.
Who the
I'll
fuck
own that.
uses giant?
In all seriousness, like that was. I apologize. That was nothing meant to be like that.
all
That was
good, it's all
literally me,
good.
literally just talking about a farm that I go to.
It's all good, man. All right, guys. I think we are gonna wrap it up here. Colin, did you want to give the outro?
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. If you're in Tampa Bay watching this,
Oh, let's fucking go.
if you're in Tampa Bay, please stay safe.
You're watching.
But I don't think you're watching in Tampa Bay.
I hope you beat the Hurricanes.
Thank you guys for watching.
Can't fall 0-2
all of
to them.
us are gonna go watch watch the games tonight, and we'll see you guys next week. See you guys.
All right, see you guys.
Yeah.